everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. Welcome to the start of another weekend vlog. I am here, it's about 4:45. I'm meeting my friends in an hour, picking them up, and we're heading to the lake, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's gonna be a great weekend. A little lads weekend at the lake. A lake lad weekend. Lads at the lake. So excited. So this weekend, I've decided. I know I said last weekend that I was gonna bring my computer with me and hopefully get some work done. I've decided I'm not gonna bring it because I just know I'm not gonna get any done. What I am bringing is my notebook though, just in case. I have my short story that I've been writing in that. So if I have any time at all to do some writing, that is what I will work on. But other than that, your girl's just gonna be chilling, maxing, relaxing, taking the weekend off. Sorry. I do this thing where sometimes in the middle of a conversation, I'll just start doing other things and make so much noise. My mom has called me out for it because I'll do it on the phone with her all the time. And she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm unloading my dishwasher or like something like that. She's like, it's so loud. Can you please not? I'm like, I need to do something when I'm talking to people. Anyways, gonna just, you know, take the, I was like, what is that? That's the thing, I'm losing it. Yes, I'm gonna take the weekend off of work of a little luck, but I've taken Monday off of my actual work, my actual job. My bangs are so fucking weird today. What's happening? I'm gonna have to fix those. Jeez. This is a chaotic intro clip. I am sorry. Yeah, I've taken Monday off of work because I'm away for the weekend and I want that extra day just so I have time to unwind and do that. So that's what I'm gonna do. And Monday I'm gonna use for just like an exclusive writing day. I'm just gonna write and edit and work on a little look. So hopefully I can get a lot of work done, which is hopeful. Okay, that's a little better. Not really, but at least there's a distinctive curl there now. So yeah, that's the weekend. I'm just waiting. I'm bringing 2 books with me, even though I intend on fully having no time to read and not reading at all. I'm bringing Yellowface with me because that is my book club pick and I really should get a move on it. And I'm bringing Sword Heart with me, which is one of the library books that I got. I was blessed at the library. As I told you guys last weekend, I got Witch King and Painted Devils and Sword Heart all in one go, which is scary and fun and amazing because I didn't know what to pick. And I just started reading A Day of Fallen Night when they came in, so I'm 98 pages into this. This one I'm just gonna slowly make my way through. So this weekend I'm not actually bringing it with me because it's so heavy and I don't really want to bring it with me if I'm not gonna read anything of it. So I have Sword Heart and Yellowface with me instead. But yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend. I'm now filling this with water so I can go water my plants outside. What a chaotic vlog clip intro. I do apologize because it's the weekend. Hopefully it's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna pick up my friends. I'm gonna leave in about a half hour maybe. I don't know how bad the traffic is gonna be getting to my friends because I have them all waiting for me or meeting me at one of their places so that I can just pick them up and go. Amazing. I also cleaned my car out earlier of all my winter stuff. So I just have that sitting there because it was all in the trunk and there are 5 of us going to the lake in one vehicle. So I needed to have room for things. I have a backpack and my suitcase and I'm gonna be carrying a thing of milk with me too because gotta bring that to the lake. Oh, sorry about my thumb. I'm gonna go water my plants. But yes, we're going to the lake. It's gonna be fun. Prepare for montage in 3, 2, 1. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Sunday. I'm officially home. We're back in business, and it's so nice. It's so nice being home. I am such a homebody. I'm not saying that I didn't have a good time. I had such a fantastic weekend, you guys. It was just so fun. Oh my God. Genuinely such a incredible time. It was fantastic. But the idea of coming home and being able to sit on my couch and do exactly what I want and like come down from the high of the weekend is phenomenal. And the knowledge that I also have tomorrow off, because I took tomorrow off of work, is so nice, because tomorrow I'm going to be just maximally relaxing and dedicating as much of the day as I can to working on A Little Luck, because I didn't have this weekend to work on A Little Luck like I usually do. My weekends are my busiest working days on my writing, so I'm very excited for tomorrow. But as for now, I've just been hanging out and chilling. But yeah, this weekend was so fun. I also made some fun little friendship bracelets, which is the best activity. 10 out of 10, do recommend. I have one here that I made, like immediately I was like, well, I know what quote I'm gonna put on mine. This is Stupid Traitor's Heart, which is proving to be one of the favorite quotes from A Second Story, which I'm really happy about. But then I like put it on and I realized I put the U on upside down or backwards, which made me just absolutely livid. But it's funny because it's in the word stupid, so it's like funnily ironic. And then I made another one because we were running out of A's, T's, and E's at that point. The T's was my problem because I did Stupid Traitorous Heart. There's a lot of T's in there. I did a little luck, L-I-L luck, a little luck, and then because I needed to make it a little bigger, I added a K on this end for Carandier and an L on this end for Lottie. So I love them so much and I would wear them all the time. But I noticed today that like, as I got in my car, like to come home, I was just, you know, working and I was like washing things down and like sweating a lot. My wrists had turned pink from some of the beads. I don't know whether it's the stars or like the little pink beads or something, but the paint was coming off on my wrists. So I haven't been wearing them as much as I would like to be, but it's very fun and exciting. Anyways, didn't really get any reading done this weekend. I did read about 5 pages of Yellowface, so we'll get back to that eventually. I do have to read it for book club, but we tried to read a little bit on the beach and I don't think any of us got actual reading done except for Yeleni. She read so much of my book. She was reading my book on her phone. She started on chapter 2 and she was already into part 2 when we returned. I was like, oh, well, like, what part are you at? Thinking she was like a couple chapters after part 2, because she reacted to part 3 live, and that was the greatest thing I have ever experienced in my life. That gasp was incredible. I was so excited that she reacted to chapter 3 in person on the beach. She was like, oh, I was not expecting that. And I was like, nice, that's exactly it. So I was thinking like she was like maybe a couple chapters after, like past that, but she zoomed into part 2. I was like, wow, holy man. So she was like, oh yeah, no, they're already in Airmount getting books. I'm like, what? What do you mean they're already in Airmount? You're so speedy. But weekend was fantastic. We did so much. My feet hurt. I have a blister on the side of my foot this time. My feet are so prone to blisters and sores. It's so funny. I have a blister on the side of my foot, right where like the rim of my shoe hits, because I have like knockoff Birkenstocks that I was wearing all weekend. Because we were just moseying. It's not like we were going for like a proper walk, but we were moseying enough that my feet were like, no. So I have a blister. So I'm a little sore, but that's okay. I'm home now. Tomorrow I'm going to do absolutely nothing except for working on A Little Luck and maybe doing a little bit of reading, which I'm very excited about. But speaking of reading, I did come home today and I've finished, read the entirety of Sword Heart. I had started it, I was like 50 pages in. I'm not sure if I talked about it in this video, but I absolutely adored this. T. Kingfisher is officially one of my favorite authors of all time, because there's no way that this isn't getting 5 stars. Like, this was so fantastic, and that means 3 of her books have hit 5 stars for me. We've done it. We found another favorite author, and we did that just the other day with Hannah Long as well. I knew she was going to be a favorite author of mine, but we had yet to hit that 3rd 5 star, because I gave Hollow Smoke 5 stars, Temple of No God 5 stars, and I gave Bear of Winter 4 stars. So I was like, okay, I need to find another 5 star from her, and Darkwater Daughter was my favorite book of the year. But there's just, this was so good. It was perfect. It was perfect. The only thing I can compare it to right now is if you took Nettle and Bone, which is another one of T. Kingfisher's books, which is my favorite T. Kingfisher book so far, and this one is rivaling it like crazy. if you took Nettle and Bone and you mixed it with Tress of the Emerald Sea, you would have something like Sword Heart. It was just such a genuine joy to read. And seeing the two in here slowly fall for each other and pine over each other, and just like, I apparently just have a thing for really, really protective men. Like, not in the like, I will kill anyone who touches her kind of protective, evil, bad, but just like genuinely, well, I guess Sarkis is a little bit like that in here, but the love interest in Nettle and Bone is much like this guy. Like, they just don't believe they are worthy of the woman in the picture, and the woman is genuinely not like treated like this absolutely beautiful, amazing thing by society, but they think that she is the best thing that the sun has ever laid eyes on, you know, and they will do anything to protect them. And it's this like fierce urge to not let a single thing happen to their beloved. And it's just, it's so good. Anyway, Sword Heart is about Hala, who is this girl at the beginning. She is a widow. She's in her like 30s, 40s. She keeps calling herself a middle-aged widow. And she's like, I'm so old. I'm like, bitch, you're not. But like, I guess in this world she is. She's not though. At the beginning of this, her husband's family, her dead husband's family, is trying to marry her off to a cousin, because she's just come into a big inheritance that they don't believe that she should have. Because like weird family ties, her uncle Silas or something like took her on as like a housemaid kind of a thing and left everything to her. And so this family's trying to get a hold of the wealth through her, and they're trying to force her to marry her cousin Alvar, who is just the spineless weasel of a man who lets his mother walk all over him. She's like, absolutely not. So they lock her in her room, and she's like, well, there's only one way out of this, because even if I could figure out how to escape this, like, there's no way I'm escaping my family or the family downstairs that's trying to marry me off. So like literally the only escape is to kill myself. And it is so trigger warning for suicide at the beginning of this, or attempted suicide, I guess. But it's not in a serious, like, I want to die way. It's like, this is my only out way. And it's treated with such a reverence, and it's one of the funniest scenes I've ever read in my life, because she's just so, like, she can't figure it out. She can't figure out how to kill herself. So she has this sword on her wall, and she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna run myself through with the sword, but the sword is too long and it's so unwieldy, and I guess I'll have to put it up against the windowsill, but like, and I don't know how to brace it, and do I have to like get to it, like a run to it? And so she tries, but as soon as she unsheaths the sword, suddenly a man is there, and that's Sarkis. And Sarkis says, absolutely not, you're not killing yourself on my watch, because you are the wielder of my blade, and I protect the wielder of my blade at all costs. And so he's like, what? And they're in this weird situation, and they end up having to, one, he helps her escape, and then they kind of go on the run a little bit, and then they have to essentially, she gets the idea that like, okay, so it's in his will that all this wealth is going to me, like her Uncle Silas. But someone's trying to contest the will, the family who's trying to marry her off. So they go to try and find a temple of the rat god. And there's a bunch of different gods in here, but the rat god is the reasonable god. They are the lawyers of this world. They are the just people. They mete out justice, kind of a thing. It's all very rational and all very lovely, the way that they handle things and their faith, which was a very interesting conversation in here, because Sarkis is from a time like 500 years ago, and he is of a belief of one god. So him coming to this world and dealing with all these different gods, he has a conversation with one of the priests in here called Zale. And Zale is just absolutely amazing. Like, if Hala wasn't my favorite character, Zale would be. Like, it's just perfect. They're perfect. I love Zale so much. And I love Zale and Hala's relationship. They're just so lovely together as like besties. I really like the world building in this. But yeah, overall, it's cozy adjacent for sure. There's a lot of like harrowing moments, and there is the darkest moment at the end. There's a lot of life on the line kind of a thing, but it's genuinely so lovely that it falls into the cozy category, because it's just so sweet. Like, oh, another one this would remind me of is Stardust, because by Neil Gaiman, because it has that like adventure vibe, you know? It was so good. So this is like Nettle and Bone, Tess of the Emerald Sea, and Stardust. So it was very good, and I highly recommend. But yeah, definitely trigger warning for attempted suicide and familial abuse, gore, death, and suicide. I think that covers them all. I could be wrong, but go look up trigger warnings if you are at all interested in reading this. But yes, loved this so much. 5 stars. I don't even have to run it through Cop Out. It's getting 5 stars. Woo! Amazing. Anyways, so it is now about midnight, just after, I think. I don't know if I explained any of this before in this vlog. I don't think I have, but I did mention the 3 library books I had, which Sword Heart was one of them. And I also have Witch King and Painted Devils. So I would like to start Witch King. And I also have the audiobook for Witch King as well. So like, I just want to kind of burn through some of these books recently because my July TBR is packed. Hence the giant stack of books on my fireplace mantle. So I want to try and squeeze in as many books as I can, especially my library books, because they're like, you know, on a deadline, so that I can read all these books that I really have been wanting to read before I get into my July TBR that my friends picked out. So I think the next one's gonna be Witch King for sure, because it's calling my name. It's been such a good weekend. It's been genuinely such a good weekend, but not quite over yet. I have a long weekend because I took tomorrow off. So I'm gonna leave it here and I will catch up with you tomorrow we'll go through a little bit of a little luck day. Hello friends, happy Monday. I am here just about to make some dinner. I'm hungry. It's been a pretty chill day. Didn't really get into anything intense other than just chilling until about 1:30, and then I managed to actually start getting into a little luck, which is proving to be a little bit slower of a day than I was planning on originally having. But we're making it way through. We're doing it. We're having fun. Things are good. But yes, I'm doing another separate vlog for a little luck, editing a little luck part 2. So you can wait until then to hear all my thoughts. So far, it's going. I'm nearly done another comb through of part 2, and then I'm gonna dive into part 3 finally, because I feel like I've been stuck on part 2 forever. Anyways, last night I ended up starting a little bit of Witch King. I'm only 25 pages in. Witch King by Martha Wells. And so far, I'm so intrigued. I've been hearing so many negative things about this book. People are just like not impressed with it. So I have very, very low expectations going in. And as someone who's only ever read the first Murderbot book, I don't really know a whole lot about Martha Wells' writing. So I'm excited to see where this is gonna go. It's pitched on the front by N.K. Jemisin as a wildly original and complex fantasy. And I've heard that a lot of people just disappointed with it, not expecting it to go the way they want it to. So I'm going in with very low expectations. And so far, the first 25 pages have been so interesting. Are we dealing with a anti-hero? Are we dealing with a villain right now? Like our boy Kai, who's like the main character of this, wakes up in this spirit form, which is very interesting. And his body and his like accomplice's body has been trapped in this cage type situation, this magical sealed tomb, if you will, for like a year. He doesn't know how he died, but he wakes up as the room is being drained of water, because the water is like what sealed him in. So he's like, something obviously happened. Why are people coming to unseal this? In that, he ends up like draining the life of a bunch of people and also stealing a body of what was supposed to be a sacrifice to do something magical, and then escaping with a little girl who was also going to be a sacrifice, and freeing his accomplice, who wasn't actually dead, just like kind of, you know, entombed in this state of stasis for a year. And now where I'm at, they've just escaped. But like the fact that Kai can do these things and does them in a way that like he can drain the life out of people. His spirit is still alive, even though his body's been dead for a year. Very intrigued about the magic system in this. And the fact that the little girl that they save, Sonia, basically is like, why did you hurt those other people? Like, did you mean to or whatever? And he's like, 100%, I did it because I wanted to, not because they were evil or anything. I just did it because I wanted to. And I was like, ooh, Kai is an interesting person. So intrigued to see where that one goes from here. But yes, I'm gonna make some dinner and kind of get back to writing, and we'll see where the rest of this evening takes me. This afternoon melted away. I just kept getting distracted by little things, but I am happy with kind of the work that I have been doing. This polish seems a lot better. I have been, like, my scrivener says I've added words, but I've also like deleted so many words and adjusted and edited that when I do that, I know that the Scrivener word count isn't exact, because if you delete more than you've written, it doesn't go into a negative, it just keeps it at 0. And then if you write more, it adds. So it doesn't quite keep track of the exact amount you've added and subtracted all together. But anyways, that's what's happening. We are going to put some chicken in the air fryer and have some dinner because I do have some leftover stir fry from last night that I made. So we're just gonna make some chicken. That's the plan. That is what's happening. Leftover stir fry. And last piece of Parmesan chicken that I have in my freezer. Take the box out now. Incredible. Yeah, that's what's going on. It's been a lovely day. So glad I took this day off. Catch up with you a little later. Hello, my lovely friends. It is officially the end of the day. It is 9:16. I have worked on A Little Luck for 7.5 hours, and I'm kind of calling it on the actual editing front here. There's one more thing that I want to do concerning my like beta readers edits, but as of right now, I'm done. I'm done. I've stared at a screen all day. I've officially finished part 2's read through. Everything's great and golden. But yes, now though, I do have to edit this vlog. So I'm gonna be staring at my screen for a little while longer. Besides that, everything has been great and wonderful. But yeah, what a good day off. I feel productive, but also in a way of that like I could have been more productive if I had, you know, structured my day a little bit better, which is something that I talk about in that video where like today I just meandered a lot. I didn't really set myself, you know, strict goals. I did set myself strict goals, but I didn't, you know, set myself up at my desk and like really work for sprints and focused for like short bursts of time and like actively did more work properly, or meandered and got distracted and that kind of stuff. So if I didn't meander and hadn't like, you know, been sitting on my couch all day and had actually been at my desk and like was working more like I was active on it, probably would have gotten more done. But it was also my day off, so I was maxing and relaxing at the same time, so not too mad about it. Anyways, that was today, my little writing day of A Little Luck. Got through 17,000 words of the story. Don't think I added much because I think I started it at 51,000 and I'm still at 51,000. Like I added and deleted and edited and just kept moving words around. So wasn't really like an adding word day, which is totally fine because I don't really want to add that many more words to this document. It's already at a pretty good word count. It's at 83,000 words, draft 1 at least. So, and this one's gonna be a little more because there's a little bit of fixing and finagling and adding in the beginning, but hopefully in the next 3 parts of the story, I can shrink a little bit, fingers crossed, to keep it around that 80K mark because that'd be perfect. This weekend has been lovely and fun and amazing. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I went to the lake with my friends, had a fantastic time, and I also managed to read an entire book this weekend as well, which was something I wasn't expecting. It was all at home yesterday when I got home, but that's okay. I finished Sword Heart by T. Kingfisher, which is 5 stars for me. Such a good read. I've had 2 5-star books back to back. I'm so pleased. It's been such a good time. I really like that book, and I want to read T. Kingfisher's entire repertoire. I just want to read everything that she's written, horror or fantasy, because What Moves the Dead was amazing and is my new favorite horror book of all time, so I will read anything that she writes. Anyways, my lovely friends, I will catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.